Morning friends, how you doing today? Today we are going to be doing some transplanting and some seed starting. So I have a lot of plants that you've seen before that I need to get in the ground. And it's still relatively shaded in the cottage garden right now. It's gonna be a hot day today. So I need to go grab some tools and then we're gonna get started. And I'll show you what we're putting out there. So I have two of these really pretty Paso Rancho verbenas. There's one here and there's one there. Everything that I've chosen is drought tolerant, and we really need that in the cottage garden because that area, even though it's irrigated, tends to be really patchy. And then I have some Sombrero Granada Gold cornflower. This is echinacea here. I've got 1, 2, 3 of them. I like this color because it's orangey yellow. It's really pretty. And then I've got some lantana. This one is Landmark Citrus. It's mostly done flowering. This is what the heads look like after they flower, but it's still going to go in the ground. And then some more over here. This is what it looks like before it flowers. And there, of course, is the flower. This variety is Lucky Orange. And then I have the final thing we're going to be putting in is this verbena. It's called Empress Peach Flare, and you can see there's still some that haven't started flowering yet. This is the completed version here, the seed head. So get those guys in as well. And then of course I have all these mums, which are container bound. I just don't know where to put them yet. And then I have a little bit of some violas here that I might put in the cottage garden, or they're going to go in containers. Lastly, which I don't know if we'll get to today, are all of these succulents that need to go in to some of these succulent containers. You can see where there's dead spots. That guy's got to come out. This one I'll pull out. It's mostly dead. You know, this looks gorgeous, but I'll take this pup off. You know, there's just a lot of cleanup I need to do. There was succulent here, but it didn't make it. So some of these are coming out and they'll get replaced with new ones. And others will just get cleaned up. All of these containers are going to go into the greenhouse over the winter, not so much for the cold, but for the water, because they can't just sit out and soak in months of rain. They basically will rot and die at that point. So I don't know that we'll get to that today, but maybe, because the most important thing is all the seed starting that I need to do, and I'll go over with you all those varieties. But let's get started by putting some of these things into the cottage garden. Okay, for the most part, that project is done, and I'll tell you where I need to make some changes or do some more. But let's start by going into the cottage garden. The sun is not at the best location right now for filming, but we'll do the best we can. Okay, so I haven't cleaned up in here yet, obviously, which is probably not going to be till Sunday or Monday, but I've got one of the echinaceas planted there. Got another one over here. I'm hoping that they'll do better here because even though they're drought tolerant, they can't dry out completely or they just die. One of the salvias that I bought that I hadn't planted yet is here. And we've got two of the lantanas, another coneflower, and we've got the verbenas. There's one right there, and more lantana, and the other verbena, the purple one, is back there, and then we've got these three pink ones here in a little patch. I do plan on putting some mums in these containers, but it's the heat of the day right now. I'm not going to do that now. I might do it this evening, but not right now. So I'll pull out, even though those cardinal climbers are starting to bloom, I'll switch them out and I'll put some mums in there. And then in November, I'll probably put some spring bulbs in there so that we have color in the spring. Have not gotten the leaf blower out here yet to clean off the soil, but I put one mum in this pot here. It's nice and bright, so it will lighten up this corner a bit. And then the violas around this guy. And this little collection of mums and some violas in the front to fill it in. And then I just have a few mums left with some violas. So these will get potted up pretty soon in containers. And then I might go get some more violas to mix and match with them as well. So slight change of plans. I'm really not feeling well today. I've been fighting it for the last couple of hours, but now I think my body's telling me to chill. And I want to chill because tomorrow is our first day doing work breaking ground at the new farm property. So I'll bring you guys with me for that. We'll be clearing land, leveling out land, cutting trees in places, trimming trees, and laying out where the deer fence is going to go, and potentially working on some of the irrigation, trying to run it from the barn to the parcel, and also trying to find a good place to dig the catchment area for the rainwater system. So lots and lots to do, but it's going to be really hot tomorrow. So we're going to get started early and probably won't be out there all day. Everybody will need a break around lunchtime, but also we'll need to get out of the sun. And then seed starting is actually going to have to wait until Sunday. So you'll see that video probably on Monday. I want to go over with you everything that I'm getting ready to start. You still have time. If you have 6 to 8 weeks before your first frost, you have plenty of time to start from seed cold hardy annuals, flowers and vegetables. And so don't hesitate. If you would like to get some stuff into the ground that will grow a little bit before frost and then kind of hang out dormant over the winter, when the warm weather comes back, when it starts to warm up and the soil starts to warm up, you will have a major head start on flowers and vegetables in spring because they will have already gotten adapted to the soil and root run and everything in there, all good and ready to go. So then they're just going to start growing early spring. That's why I fall plant. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.